Hey, Smule friends, I'm Nellie Beavers, a fellow community member, and I'm so thrilled to be here today with the amazing, omni-talented Tony and Emmy Award winner, Kristin Chenoweth, to answer your burning questions about her distinguished career and her life story. I am fortunate enough to work with Kristin on her annual Broadway boot camp, which provides world-class training to aspiring young performers. Hi, Kristin. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us.
I am so excited to hear these questions, and I just want to say before we start that Nellie Beavers, my friend, has helped me, not just Broadway boot camp, but in life and in life lessons and just being a generation or two younger than me. You know, we always say we have so much to teach, but we also have so much to learn, and you have given me some great lessons, and I love you. Okay, now we can start.
You grew up in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Yes.
And one of the reasons that you created KCBBC was to provide young people with more opportunities to explore the musical theater arts. So when you were a young girl, how did you first get involved with musical theater, and who do you remember looking up to?
When I was a little girl, I wanted to perform in any way I could. I loved ballet. Actually, that was my original dream. So I joined a kids ballet group. I performed at church. I was probably about 9. I went and tried out for one of the solos for the adult choir. And I think my mom said, I think it's just for grown-ups. And I said, that's okay. I just want to go listen and try out. And I stood up at this tiny, tiny little age and sang a song called Jesus, I Heard You Had a Big House, where there's plenty of love to go around. And I remember thinking, wow, I really do mean this song. Even then I thought, you should only sing things you mean. And I was 9. My ballet teacher took me under her wing. I had flat feet. I couldn't jump. I could turn, but I was not the right build or size for a ballerina. But all of these things, doing church music, taking ballet, taking piano lessons, I was fortunate enough that my parents saw something in me that I loved and helped me the best that they could. I had great teachers starting at that age, and that, it wasn't music theater that began for me. And then when I was a senior in high school, my dad said, we will sell our cars, we will do whatever we have to do to get you, if you want to go to Juilliard. There was a school, though, in Oklahoma with a great renowned teacher named Florence Birdwell. I remember she looked at me. She said, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to be the best singer and actress that I can be. And she said, then you'll come here and you'll study with me. And it was because of her that she honed my skill. She's the one that said, if you don't mean it, don't sing it. That was my journey. That was how it all started. Sandy Patty is a Christian artist that I looked up to, Amy Grant, but I also looked up to Madonna, Glinda Carlisle, Trisha Yearwood, Randy Travis, Garth Brooks, Dolly Parton. Everybody knows that she's one of my favorites. I watched the Carol Burnett show with my parents. Performance, comedy, all of it, that I count as the reason that I came to understand that I had no choice but to do what I love. And when you have no choice to do what you love, then you should go for it. Sorry, Thunder had to make her appearance in this interview.
I don't think any interview is complete without Thunder anyway.
No.
Well, speaking of your career and getting started, you've had such a diverse collection of work on stage and screen, from Wicked to West Wing to Pushing Daisies, that's now on HBO, to Glee and so many others. Schmigadoon is coming out. What has been your favorite role so far, and which one has been the most challenging?
Film or on TV or on the stage? You have to be specific.
Okay, we'll do all 3. On stage.
Candide. Great performances with the New York Pops, and I only did it 4 times, but it is recorded, and it's that.
Amazing. On screen.
Pushing Daisies, the role of Olive, who is the underdog, but she's also the audience. Also, I was a waitress, and I enjoyed being a very bad one.
And then film?
It's not a film that anyone has seen, really. It was an independent film. It's called Into Temptation. It was very challenging for me because it deals with thoughts of suicide, forgiveness, addiction, spirituality. I got to play something very, very different. And in my opinion, this is my opinion, it's my best acting work. It was a very special experience.
Amazing. You've also done a lot of collaborations. You've also worked with Dolly Parton, Ariana Grande, Idina Menzel, and we want to know if you have any funny stories about working with anybody or anybody else. We want a funny story, Kristin.
I mean, I've been so lucky. Where do I begin? The last record I did right before COVID and then didn't get to tour it. We did I'm a Woman, and I asked Reba and J-Head to do it. And of course, Ariana Grande did You Don't Own Me. And of course, the Queen said yes to I Will Always Love You. And I cried when I found out that Dolly said yes. But Reba McEntire, she said, I've done I'm a Woman before. And I said, oh, yeah? And she said, the words can be really fast and kind of tricky. And I was like, yeah. There's a line on that, it will give you the shivering fits. I was so embarrassed because I went, it'll give you the shivering. And I just thought, I'm just so glad it's not just me that gets things.
I think everybody who sings on Smule gets tongue-tied occasionally. You even see the lyrics coming and you still get them all mush-mashed. So,
well, and the trick is, as you know, as an artist yourself, it's just like Oprah says, you have to be in the moment. Because we as artists go, okay, I know it's coming. But the minute you say, you know what's coming, you're not in the moment you should be. Mm-hmm. And it's always then that I mess up the words. And that means that those words have to become like water to you, like nothing. So when I rehearse lines, even for a movie, TV show, or music, I speak it all the time in all kinds of rhythms. I speak it so that it's in my mouth, so that it's like nothing, so that then I can play. And then I can truly be in the moment and not be thinking about what's the next lyric, what's the next, or what's the next word, or what's the next line, or there's a big monologue coming up. And then you've taken yourself out of the moment that you're in.
It was one of the things we just sent to the campers in their prep kit was any music you're planning to work, make sure you know it. So that you're not spending your work time learning the lyrics. That's not helpful to you learning how to perform the song. Many of the fans may not know that Glinda's role was developed with you in mind. What were your first impressions of the character and the songs that were written for Glinda?
Interesting. Not everybody knows this. Oh, I wish Steven Schwartz was on this interview, but they were doing a reading of Act 1 of a show called Wicked. And I thought, ooh, what's that? Even my mom was like, is it satanic? That old joke. But she really was like, what is it? Steven called me on the phone. He explained what it was. I said, that sounds really interesting. He goes, it's all it requires from you is one song. Just one song. And I've written for you in mind. You would just get to come in, kill it, and leave. And I was like, okay. So I show up at the reading. In this particular reading, the first reading that I was involved with, the Elphaba was played by Stephanie Block. I've loved all my Elphabas. I hope they've loved me, but I've loved them all. And she's doing Mountain of Marble comes out, introduces the show. No one mourns the wicked. This is how it started. And then the roommate, Glinda, comes on. And she's like, hi, and maybe I can help you with that thing on your skin, and maybe I can help you with your makeup, and maybe I can help you with your clothes. And I did Popular at the end. This isn't me. This is the creative coming to me going, so yeah, this isn't just about Elphaba and Mount of Marble. This is, do you mind if we start expanding and thinking about Glenn? I was like, sure, yeah, whatever. So, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 months later, I come in and Glinda's a little bit, more, and then we have this duet that's no longer in the show. I think Loathing replaced it. Mm-hmm. And then the third reading, Glinda starts the show, and she starts telling what it was. Mm-hmm. And then it became the love story between the two women. That's just a fact of what happened. Yeah. But more importantly, you can tell that I look for themes when I accept a project, and I like the themes of conflict and forgiveness and love and friendship, and that show, especially forgiveness. The Wicked isn't just Elphaba, because Elphaba isn't just wicked, she's also good. And Glinda isn't just good, mm-hmm. She's also wicked.
Mhm.
And that is what became clear the more and more and more we did it, at least from my viewpoint.
Speaking of For Good, you were kind enough to record For Good for the Smule community. Your fans have been absolutely thrilled to sing with you. Thousands have joined already.
Amazing. Everybody was amazing.
You've seen quite a few of them.
I watch it on a loop.
It's pretty amazing that any fan of any skill level can sing with you on the app. What have been some of your impressions of the duets you've seen so far? I know you've got the post on your social and you've seen a bunch of them. What have you thought?
There's a couple things I have to say about it. First of all, at the end, when everybody's kind of popping up, I can't not tear up every time. I have been shared. That's the power of music, and that's the power of musical theater. Also, I just want to say, I hope this is okay to say, there's not a clunker in the group. Every single person brings something special. There's one girl that did a unique harmony. And I thought, dang, man, I might have to steal that. And then there's also a kid that had on, I think, a straw hat or a little hat, bowler hat. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Women always impress me, okay? But the men in the group and the young gentlemen in the group as a whole, we need you. Though we have a lot of incredibly talented men in our industry, we need more who can really sing. And I saw that on Smule.
Yeah. So speaking of which, we're not all born amazing singers like some people in the room. But when we're starting out and we're learning, what advice would you give to a shy singer who's looking to build confidence when they share a song?
This might not be a very popular idea, but one of the things that I used to do in college when I was insecure, let's say about an aria, an art song, a musical theater piece, something that was not be considered up my alley, which my voice teacher gave me all the time. I would get a practice room and I would invite 3 of my very best friends, the ones that are honest. And I would let all of it hang out. I would let all the mistakes be there. I would let all the triumphs be there. And then I would listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen to the people that don't lie and that are forthright and their opinions. And some of them I didn't agree with. A lot of them I did. I took those and then I went into my master class. I challenge everyone out there who feels shy, embarrassed, this isn't what I do. Let me just explain something to you guys. I was a coloratura soprano at OCU. I did roles like Sarah Brown. I did Carmen. I didn't do the roles that I'm known for because I was a soprano. Towards the end, I got cast as Ado Annie in Oklahoma. And everybody was like, Kristin Chenoweth. Now, you listening might go, well, of course.
That's right.
Remember that even if you're playing the straight woman, straight character, straight man, you still have to find humor in all of it. Mm-hmm. Because only through humor can we find the tragic. And that goes for the comedian roles too. Adelaide, for example. You have to put yourself in the tragic moment of it so that it can become funny. You can't play. You cannot put a hat on a hat. And those are some little tidbits just to get started of what I have to say and what I have learned from my friends, from my teachers, and you know what? From my audiences. The audiences tell me too, because I listen to them. Yeah. And when they react, and when I'm staying in the moment, I know it. And when I'm not, I know it.
Even more. Okay, we're going to do a lightning round.
I love those.
All right.
I'm not very good at them.
Okay, lightning round. Here we go. Favorite dessert?
Hot chocolate chip cookies.
Favorite place to vacation?
Cabo San Lucas.
Good movie for a girls' night in?
It Could Happen to You.
Best female role model?
Carol Burnett. Dolly Parton.
A song that makes you cry?
My Funny Valentine.
A Halloween costume from your childhood?
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Favorite Broadway show you were not in?
Gypsy. I actually was in that young. don't want to be in it because it was done perfectly, but probably Bridges of Madison County.
Your go-to karaoke song when you're out with friends?
Alone, always got by on my own.
I never really cared until I met you. Name an artist, dead or alive, that you'd love to collaborate with.
Madeline Kahn.
And the first album you fell in love with?
Linda Ronstadt, Nelson Riddle.
Well, Kristin, the Smule community is so grateful to you for sharing this time with us. We love you so much, and we'll be cheering you on in everything that comes up next. And have a great time at camp.
I love you, and I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. I'm flying tomorrow.
Yay! Let's get hot pretzels with honey mustard.